with all the new Kaldheim spoilers coming out, I really can't wait to do so much jank brewing, especially with all the changelings. This is gonna be so exciting! Hang on. Oh yeah, I have to take this. But one moment. Hello. Is this the Zendikar Animal Rescue Center? Yes. I was actually interested in your, I believe they were called Wayward guide beasts. Can you describe them to me? Okay, they're 2-2 beasts. Okay, with trample and haste. That's really nice. You said they have a con. What's the con? Oh, they return a land you control to your hand? Okay, I have to admit that's a little bit of a con, but I think I can make it work. How many do you have? 4? Okay, I'll take all 4. Why are you laughing? No, I am not joking. Well, if you want to know the reason why, other than being a little bit rude there, it's because those creatures need to have a loving and affectionate deck that they can be in. You wonder how they can work? Well, we're gonna find out in this episode of the Brewing Labs. Uh huh. Yep. Can I pay the adoption fees with credit? Thank you. Hello, one and all, and welcome to a trample-tastic version of the Brewing Labs. Now, as stated before, we're actually brewing around Wayward Guide Beast, a 1-mana 2-2 with trample and haste, but the catch-22 is when it deals combat damage to a player, we have to return a land we control to the owner's hand. Now, that would be very problematic, but we decided to actually found a way in an all-boss style Gruul list to actually make this work for us for the better. As you can see, we are running a lot of NDFC lands. We're running stuff like Turntempo Symbiosis, we're running Somad Treachery even. We're also running stuff like Valakut Recovery, Valakut Awakening, Kazmo's Fury, as well as a few Spikefield Hazards, and of course the Kazanded Mammoth. So we're running a lot of NDFCs just so that there'll be lands that we can actually play early game, and more or less then once we bounce it with our Wayward Guide Beast, we can use it as a spell later game. Now, the catch though is what would happen if we want to try to keep on curve, we have to find a way to play extra lands. How do we do that? Well, we're actually going to do that with cards like Scale the Heights of all things. It helps actually make our creatures bigger, also allows us to play an additional land each turn, and allows us to draw a card, which is nice. We're also using Dryad of the Elysian Grove. It helps filter our mana, which is really nice, but also the basic purpose of it is allows us to play an additional land on each of our turns, which compensates for the lands that we have to bounce to it. Like, there's some times where we have a Dryad on the field, we're going to bounce a land we already used, and then just play it again as our second land. So, stuff like that, essentially. We also have Rada, Heart of the Keld, mostly as a way to play lands from the top of our library, so that we can ramp some more. We also have Ashaya Soul of the Wild as just a really nifty card for the deck, because if we want to, we could also just bounce our creatures, because they become lands, which is nice if we need to. Like, we could even just, like, sometimes use the Wayward Guide Beast as just a quick little shock, deal 2 damage to the opponent, boop, bounce it to our hand, we don't mind that much. We're also running Quartzwood Crasher, since we do have some trample in the deck, as well as Crasher, but also other trample enablers in the deck. Just a nice big 5-drop that essentially will make more trample creatures, which can help us for lethal. We also are running the Great Hinge for card draw, Turntempo Symbiosis just to filter into our deck. Bonecrusher Giants is just your classic removal, as well as Primal Might helps with the odd. We're also running Valakut Exploration for semi-draw, Valakut Awakening for semi-draw, Valakut Recovery to return stuff to our hand, and we also have a few Garrett's Uprisings in here to actually help us draw, / also give our creatures trample, which then synergizes with Quartzwood Crasher. That is the deck. I think it's going to be definitely an interesting deck to test on ladder. I'm not sure if it's a good best of 2 deck yet. I'm still tweaking the sideboard, but let's actually get a few rounds in best of 1 and see what happens. Shall we? Okay, our first opponent is Mac Diesel, so let's see what shenanigans our opponent's providing today. Well, pretty decent hand. We got turn 2 Bonecrusher, we got turn 3 Scale the Heights. Sure, it deals damage to us, but we are going to gain life back from that, so we're going to Scribe. Nah, we'll put that on the bottom. Ooh, our opponent's doing some Adventurous Impulse shenanigans. Interesting. Anyway, getting a second Bone Crusher Giant is awesome sauce. Okay, looks like some involved shenanigans, so... Definitely maybe evolved shenanigans. I think I'm just going to deal with both eggs, just to be safe. Yeah, someone that uses Balagan Recovery. For the record, for those who don't know, Balagan Recovery is kind of one of my favorite cards last year. So I always get like a smile when somebody uses it, so just a little nerding out there. Anyway, we're gonna play that, play this as a land, and see what our opponent does here. Adventurous Impulse, Okie dokie choky. Ooh, the Lotus Cobra. Nice, Evolving Wild shenanigans. Okay, so I think the play here is a little bit obvious. We're going to Spiketail Hazard with that. We're going to scale the heights just to draw some cards, / make our giant bigger. Unfortunately, no second land to play, but we'll just swing in for 5. The Scoot Swarm shenanigans. The good news is they only have 5 mana, so they're not making copies of Scoot Swarm. Which is good, because then we can just use this and just not have to deal with that. Okay, so they're going to be involved. The thing we did to take care of the Scoot Swarm, so we would have had an army of migratory Greathorns. That would not have been fun to deal with. Sheesh. Okay, they definitely ramped a lot with that. We'll take the 4 because we have to. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna keep that on top because what we're going to do here is just put a meta counter on this. You play that land. Let's do it for 1 more. Do they have to land? Nope. Well... Okay, opponents. I'll follow back for a minute, please. That's what we call a good play. Splenderella to the pepperoni. And Greenheart. Okay, let's see what shenanigans they're providing. Okay. I mean, it's a bit of a greedy hand to an extent, since we only have 2 tap land sources, but we do have our feature card, so I'm going to give it a shot. We won't attack him just yet. Okay, yeah, that's perfect, because what we can do here is scale the heights. We can just play this, because we'll want to probably play that as a creature later. There we go, bounce to our hand. Let's see if our opponent has like a Banshee Light or something. Ooh, Midnight Clock, okay. Midnight Clock shenanigans, eh? Well, since our opponent's currently not having any removal, I think we do that. We play this, that we will just play later, we'll play this. Bounce the mana to our hand. Then pass the turn. Ah, the mill shenanigans. This should be interesting. Does our opponent have a defensive creature? Oh no, they're just going on the whole mill plan. Well, in that case, I think we're going to play the Dryad here. See if our opponent has a response. They do not. We're just going to play the land. We're going to play the land. And thanks to Dryad, it filters our color, so we can play a Trample Friend back. Okay, so I'm gonna mill it some more. Okay. I'm gonna Valakut's Awakening here, try to get a better hand. Back our Trample Friend. Let's bounce a force.
Let's make this quick. Time to improvise.
Okay, opponents. Great Hinge is probably not a good idea here. See if they have counter magic. They do not. But we are still in a bit of a pickle here. Oh, we are in a big pickle.
I do love a good puzzle.
What we're hoping here is our opponent does not draw any removable of any sort. Nope, just more mill. I think we got this then. Yeah, that's not enough. sure it taps down the Wayward Guide piece. And I forgot that the fairy can... And that's what we call a misplay, everybody. That might have cost us the game.
Ideas, like seconds, are fleeting.
Good game. I always forget about the fact that you can phase with the fairy. Yeah, you gotta appreciate a good mill when you see one. Okay, we're going against Raku, eh? Okay, Raku, let's see what shenanigans you got. This one's risky, because we do have free lands, we can play Developed Exploration. We don't got any for early game, though, is the problem. For the sake of experimentation, for the Brewing Labs, I'll see if keeping a late game hand like this is a good idea, so... we'll find out. Mono Blue... Okay. Let's try to fish out the counterspell they have. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately we still have to play the land here because they might have a second disruption. There we go. Valakut Awakening. Yeah, sure. Okey-dokey. What is their victory condition with the deck? That is the question we need to figure out. Yet again, I'm going to use this to fish out counter magic. Well, let's see if they want to counter this. Let's see. Answer is yes, apparently. Okay, we're just gonna put this into our hand. First, we're gonna see this. Let's see how they feel about that. Interesting. Probably because they know we have the Elbash in our hand and they're wanting to save the counter magic for that. knew we did that. Our opponent's trying to get a counter magic spell, I'm guessing. Okay, let's see if they have bounce magic. Well, first things first. And they're going to block. Fair enough. Do they get an answer? Yes! Survived against the counter magic shenanigans. Slenderama to the Pepperama. And that is Wayward Guide Beast Aggro. I hope you enjoyed the brewing shenanigans. I will provide a deck list down below if you want to give it a shot on the ladder, or if you want to tinker with it a little bit and do your own little brewing lab shenanigans to it. Nevertheless, if you like this video, if you can, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta catch up with all the Kaldheim spoilers because so much changeling shenanigans. See you later. Bada beep, bada boop.